Hi YouTube! It's 20th of July and I thought it was probably about time I gave you an update on my very weedy but happy allotment plot. So here goes. My carrots didn't do very well, so they got pulled. So they've been replaced by, I think it's a courgette. We started pulling our earlies and these were kestrel. They're looking a bit poorly now, but if I show you, I think we'll be eating potatoes this week. I haven't cleaned them off, but they're looking gorgeous. Started picking some sweet peas, and I've also taken some heads of some poppies on the plot to try and keep the seeds for next year and actually put them where I want. Taking a look up the plot. Onions. Never grown onions before. I don't think I did. But they're looking quite good. Starting to fatten up. I think we realised we probably put them quite far apart, and actually if we look down here, the ones where we put closer together actually are doing just equally as well. Oh, and the sunshine's just come out. Happy days. Not really doing a lot with the beans and sweet peas. They're kind of slowly growing, but not really doing a lot, sadly. Might have left it a bit late putting them in. I think it's the tayberry and the raspberry putting on lots of growth, so hopefully that'll be good for next year. Ideally we shouldn't have planted it so close to the edge of the plot, so I don't know if we'll move that or not. Looking if we come around here, got the potatoes, which are our main crop, which we won't start digging. They're looking alright, looking a little bit sad for themselves, but overall not too bad. Strawberries, had lots of strawberries, but sadly the birds ate them all. I suppose we've got to give something back. Leeks, they're starting to come on, and then we've got a escapee strawberry runner, so I think at some point I might see if I can put that on and then detach it, because I don't really want strawberries in the middle of my leek bed. Squashes, pumpkins and courgettes, what can I say? Never grown them before, and I really should look at the labels before I do these videos, but these have just gone mad. They seem to be enjoying themselves, and I think I saw, yeah, if you take a look in, I think we're starting to get some flowers, so I think we've got a range of squashes, pumpkins, actually there's a little one forming, squashes, pumpkins and courgettes, but we've done a few beds and they all seem to be doing quite well. Then sweet corn. These have gone from doing absolutely nothing to, in the last day or so, if I can show you that, they've started putting on the spikes. Last year our sweet corn, which was a different variety, was huge compared, but this is literally probably growing, we were down a couple of days ago, so maybe I think a good 5 or so centimetres since we were last down, so maybe a little bit more. Next we've got the poppy bed. This is where I'm going to start digging it over, because my little treffids here I think need a bit of space, so I think the plan is dig the poppies up as much as it breaks my heart, and put some soil in, and then see if we can train some of the squashes, courgettes, pumpkin type plants to use that bed as well. If we step over, this end of the plot really hasn't had much done to it, apart from, have a look, I can actually tell you which ones these are. So CS, fantastic labelling if you can remember actually what you labelled them as. I think CS might be courgettes. We put a lot of, these were sweet dumplings, which are squashes, and we planted a whole lot of them. Sadly they got a bit attacked, so we've now got 3, which is probably not a bad thing, because unlike the onions, I think the squashes are maybe planted too closely together, but yeah, I didn't realise how big they spread. Should have done. Strawberries are underneath the collapsed thing that we got from Argos. Not the problem with the actual cover thing, more I moved it and it kind of came apart and I haven't put it back, and we've had heavy rain and winds, so it's just covering up the strawberries. Then, if you ignore all the weeds, we've got a gooseberry which we planted last year. Haven't had anything off it, but actually it's starting to plump up as a plant, so I'm quite happy with that. I think this is a blackcurrant. I'm sure last time I called it a blackberry, but it's a blackcurrant. He's looking quite good, and we've got a few on there, although every time I try them they're really bitter, so I don't tend to eat them. Got a raspberry that we planted that actually has taken really well, and we got a second raspberry around here, which again we planted last year. Hasn't really done a lot, but this year has put on lots of growth, so I'm hopeful for next year. Then at the side I've got what I call my wild meadow element. It's more a fact I haven't cleared it of weeds, but it's really hard to when you've got pretty little flowers like this. But again, second year, and we've gradually been working our way up, and we'll get there. But as I say, it's really difficult when these things grow, or poppies grow, to actually dig them up. Call me a bit of a softie, but getting there. Yeah, looking forward to eating our potatoes, our onions, and I'm really looking forward to the squashes, courgettes and sweet corn when they come on. So I'll leave you with a quick view of the valley. Sadly not blue skies like last time, but not a bad view. So I hope you're all well, and take care and speak to you soon. Bye!